Long Lake Fire Department began in 1915. We are going to celebrate its centennial this September on the 19th at the Long Lake Station 1. We do have a memorial. On our memorial we have probably close to 100 names, and every person on there has been important to it. We have a number of what we call charter members on there, and of them probably the one that stands out most would be Sam Rettinger. Sam actually owned the Ford dealership in both Long Lake and Wayzata, and he was the first chief of the fire department back then. It was a 1921 Ford Model T fire truck that was our first vehicle. The call volume in a year might have been 20 calls until post-war time. The advent of World War II brought in a bunch of new members, a new age group of guys coming home, and so that group of guys carried the fire department from the early 50s on up into about the time that I was getting on in the 70s.
A lot of the members that are on our department grew up in the area, went to school in the area, and they show a lot of community pride. We've been involved with the festivals, whether it's Buckhorn Days or Summerfest now or Corn Days. We're here to help wherever we can.
The community would remember the Buckhorn Fire. That was certainly a major institution. It was probably what Long Lake was known for, was the Buckhorn Cafe at the time. The fire department raised most of their own money. When we look back at the significant changes, that was raised by money from the fire department raising themselves and from the auxiliary, which back then was mainly the wives of the firemen.
Steve Becker was the last paid-on-call fire chief. Had drew up some hand-sketched drawings. It would be great if we had some sort of signage memorial, to remember the people that came before us. And what we have right now is an amazing Maltese cross with granite slabs. Hopefully that's going to be there for, another 100 years.
The first couple of years we worked out of garages. Shortly thereafter, the first city hall is where the rooster is right now. When I was growing up, that was the fire station. In 1968, they bonded for a new fire station. We were in that until Highway 12 project was coming through, which was very good for us because that meant that we got to build a new station. Shortly after that, the city of Orono decided they were going to build a station in the Navarre area, and that's now where we have Station 2.
It's where it is today, all due to that history and those personnel that came before us. Our centennial event, we want this event to be for everybody. Parade's going to kick off at noon. It'll start at Orono Orchard, go down Watertown, and then hang a right on Willow, and it'll drive right to the fire station, and that's where it ends. Everything starts up right after that, so I'll have the kids zone, the inflatable type stuff, the brat stand. Live music will start at about 2 and kind of run all the way through. We have a great lineup of bands. Fireworks is going to be about 8:30. That's typically sunset at about that time. And then that last band, Lost Highway, is going to kick off at about 9. What makes me proud is when I hear from the community about the other things that they're doing, whether it be helping at Summerfest, or your firefighters came and, they helped us with our fire prevention class over at the daycare the other day, and the kids loved it. It's what they do that makes this fire department so special.